Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be answering the Booktube Newbie Tag questions. Yeah, I started my channel in January, and right now we're in March. So I think this is the right time to answer these questions. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys to get to know me as well as to get this out the way. Right now I have 7 subscribers. To the 7 of you, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so let's get right into it because I don't want this video to be too long. The first question: why did you start this channel? Okay, so I started this channel because I love reading. Obviously, I love reading, and I wanted a space where I could be accountable for my love of reading. I say this because I love reading, yes, but I experience a lot of reading slumps. So I usually read out of the 12 months of the year. I usually read for like a total of 6 months throughout the year. I usually read for like 2 months, and then I have like another like 3 months reading slump, and then I read for another 2 months. So I wanted to create this channel so that I can create a schedule. I can make reading a habit because it's not yet a habit for me. There's a couple of booktubers that I've been watching for years and years. There's Books and Lala, there's Mayoko, Jack, Edwards. It's been like since 2018. Usually they post a video like every week and they're reading. So I thought, you know what, even if I for myself, if I create a channel, maybe I could also read like them. Yeah, maybe I won't be reading like 5 books in a week, but even like 1 book in a week or 2 books, it will be good for me. So I wanted a space where I can be accountable for my reading, where I could um make this passion and hobby of mine into a habit. Yeah, I wanted to connect more with people that love reading and things like that. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? One, I don't know. What are some fun? Yeah, so well, this is honestly a really hard question for me to answer. I'm also quite passionate about environmental studies. I love nature. I love sustainability. There's a couple of books that I've been planning on reading that focus on this. They focus on things like permaculture, um, indigenous practices, and things like that. So this is something that I'd like to do. There are some videos that I'd like to bring that focus on that. But in general, I'll just be doing just the regular things that other booktubers have been doing, the reading vlogs and things like that, but from my lens. I know the booktuber space is quite it's quite American, and that's not a bad thing. But it'll be great if I make videos from my lens as a non-American person. The books that I read, for example, the childhood books that I read, I didn't really read like American or like British books. So yes, the sustainability side as well as the African lens side is my official answer for this question. The third question is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Just like my first answer, I'm most excited to make my reading into a habit that I can sustain for my lifetime. For as long as I can, let me say. I'd really like to be reading consistently over a long period of time. It's my hope that this channel enables me to achieve this. I'm also excited to make connections with other readers. Yeah. Yes. The fourth question, why do you love reading? Yes, I love reading because number one, it helps me see life from a different perspective. It's great to know how other people are living, how are they experiencing this thing that we call life. I like seeing the world from another person's eyes. I love indulging in, my dreams, in escaping. I love that aspect of reading, the escaping, because that's how I started reading. I started reading to escape, sort of like, boarding school. If you know, if you are from Kenya, So I started reading mostly to escape reality. But I also like indulging in, reality. I want to know how other people live. I love seeing life from different perspectives, or even from a perspective that's similar to mine. I love words. There's a certain way that words can be compiled, and they evoke, beauty. I love words, like not just English words, but in general language is quite a beautiful thing to me. So I love poetry, I love oral literature, storytelling, and things like that. Number five, what book or series got you into reading? I remember the first book that I, like, consciously I read. I remember the book, but I remember the storyline, I remember the pictures, and I was quite young. I remember it, but I can't remember the name of the book. I'm just trying to remember what was the name of this book that I read as a child, and I just remember loving the story. I remember it was about um this lion that had wings, and it was going to save this princess. This is the first book that I remember reading. Unfortunately, I can't even remember the name, but one day, one time I will. And when that day comes, I'm gonna reread it. But officially, the first book that introduced me to books is The River Between by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Yeah, it's a book set in the early colonial period in Kenya. I read this when I was around 13 years old. It was the first time that I was like, wait, this is quite beautiful. I was like, I feel something. The first series that I remember loving as a child is this series. It's the Moses series. It's a set of books um, set in Uganda. It follows a group of young boys in boarding school. If you know, you know. If you're from Kenya or Uganda, I'm sure you've read these books. I also loved the Peseta series. Unfortunately, I don't really have the Peseta series, but if you're African, you know those small books, the Peseta series that we loved. If you're from Kenya, I know, I know you loved those books. The next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Right, I mentioned the booktubers that I've been watching for years and years now. I guess the question that I would ask them is, how do I develop this reading into a habit? I sort of know the answer to this already. This habit developed over years and years and years and years of, reading consistently. It's okay. Number seven is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I'm making my reading into a habit. I've said this like 1,000 times, but it's true. If, for example, I say I'd like to read for 20 minutes every day, from there, we'll see. I used to read consistently in 2022, going backwards, but in 2023 and last year, 2024, as well as this year, I've been experiencing a deep reading slump. Another challenge that might be quite hard for me would be the uploading consistently, because I'll be traveling. the next coming months. I think I'm gonna struggle with internet access, but I'll try my best. Yes, I'll try my best. Okay, the next question is, when did you start reading? I think I sort of explained this. I started reading as a young child in primary school. In fact, I wanted to study literature in university, but you know, that wasn't meant to be. Okay, so the next question is, where do you read? I mostly read in bed and on this couch. I only read ebooks, even though I have a couple of books here. I haven't updated this book collection in years. These are really old books because I stopped buying books. I mostly read ebooks. It's it's cheaper for me to read ebooks at the moment. We have to keep our finances in check. So unfortunately, I mean, I wish I was able to like buy books anytime that I wanted, or I wish we had a library, like um an extensive library the way that like Americans have, but we don't. So I mostly read ebooks, and with ebooks I read them on my phone or on my tablet. So I mostly read in bed or on this couch. Yes. What kind of books do you like to read? I like reading nature focused books like The Whale Caller by Zexmd. I love reading nonfiction like Returning Home to Our Bodies by Abigail Rose Clark. Somatic embodiment. I love reading obviously African stories. I mean, in general, I like reading the pre-colonial, colonial period, as well as the period that we're in, still colonial, like Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, A Grain of Wheat by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. I love graphic novels, science fiction like On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. I like books about the mundane, slow, quiet life, like The Samurai's Garden by Gail, I think Tsukiyama. In general, I would read anything. I'm really open to reading books from all genres. The next question is, what does your book collection look like? Okay. Here's what it looks like, the actual book collection, the physical books. But like I said, I mostly read ebooks. Yeah, one day I'm gonna buy an e-reader. In general, I love reading physical like copies, but like I said, I'm not able to afford, like buying physical books only at this moment in time. So we'll see. Um, yeah, so these are the questions that I answered. I'm really happy I got to answer these questions. At least now I can say I did the Booktube Newbie Tag. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. But thank you so much for supporting my channel. To other people that are watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stick around. So if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video next week.